is 24 years old. He is an immigrant from Afghanistan. Najibullah Zazi was indicted by a federal grand jury today, charged with conspiracy to build and explode weapons of mass destruction. Authorities allege Zazi was urgently moving toward implementation of his plan when it was broken up 10 days ago. Attorney General Eric Holder said today any imminent threat arising from this case has been disrupted. But he reminded the public to remain vigilant. And our chief investigative correspondent, Brian Ross, is here again tonight. Brian?
Charlie, what the government essentially said today in its court filings was that Zazi had gathered chemicals and was ready to set off a series of bombs in crowded places. Therefore, weapons of mass destruction. Federal agents said Zazi had already begun to mix the chemicals he bought at this and other beauty supply stores in the Denver area. Employees here said Zazi lied to them about why he wanted the chemicals.
Did he say he was trying to color his hair or something?
Yeah, he said he's got a lot of girlfriends.
Authorities say the same products used in beauty salons to bleach hair, create highlights, and treat itchy scalps contain the very set of chemicals listed in a homemade Bond recipe Zazi got from Al-Qaeda.
It's so readily available, and it flies under the radar when you purchase it. Who's going to question someone going in and buying something at a hair supply store?
In documents filed in court today, agents said that 2 weeks ago, Zazi sent messages to others working with him, quote, each more urgent in tone than the last.
I think this is as close as we have come since 9/11 to having a major terrorist attack on U.S. territory.
Zazi and his family came to this New York neighborhood from Afghanistan 10 years ago. He was 14 years old and attended this high school in New York City. Later, Zazi worked as a coffee cart vendor on Wall Street.
Well, he was a very nice person. I mean, I never seen anything in him as a danger. But maybe a person can be changed.
But in August 2008, Zazi left for Pakistan, where he spent months in an Al-Qaeda trading camp. When he came home, he filed for bankruptcy, saying he had run up $50,000 in credit card debt. One way authorities say he may have helped to finance the plot, which they believe is still alive.
I think until they find all the bombs and all the bomb-making material, until they find everybody who was in the cell or willing to be in the cell, we still have a big problem.
So tonight, agents and police are working round the clock because they say, frankly, Charlie, we don't know what we don't know.
Our chief investigative correspondent, Brian Ross.